Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I've decided to go live today because I haven't gone live for a long time. So I thought that I would do this today. It's Sunday here in Australia. It's Sunday morning, and I was wanting to share with you yet again my gorgeous summer rain. I've been really, really enjoying her, and I have an update with her. I talked in my last video about the eyelash dilemma that I was having. Welcome everyone who is joining my live. I'm good to see you. Glad that you could make it today. I had a bit of a problem with her eyelashes, because she didn't have any. But I purchased two sets of very thin strip lashes that didn't have like had a clear strip on it. And I bought a really like light baby brown pair, and then I bought a medium brown pair, and I didn't like the medium brown pair on her because I thought that they made her lashes look too doll like. But I retried the light brown ones, and I much prefer them. So I've decided to go ahead and glue them on. So I've just literally 2 minutes ago glued on her new strip lashes. Now they're very, very pale, as you can probably see, but I just think that with this coloring and that, it suited it much better. So there is her cute new little lashes. I did really like her without any lashes, but I thought that I would decided to, give her these lashes because I just think it just completes them that little bit more when they have the lashes. So yeah, I wanted to share a few other things with you today that I haven't shared with you yet. So I'm just sort of waiting for a few more people to come in. If you'd like to say hello and let me know where in the world you are, I'd really love to hear where you are. I'm in Australia and it's Sunday morning here. Um, so everyone is welcome to this live. And I just have my gorgeous reborn here, Summer Rain. Uh, I can't think. Oh, she's a bountiful baby, real born. So she is actually scanned from a real baby into a computer, and then it is then made into a vinyl kit, which is then reborn into a reborn baby like this one here. Amazing, incredible. Hi from the US in the SC. I just got my volume working. How beautiful. Oh, good. Now you can hear me and just not just see me. Hello, Florida. Um, how's everything going in Florida? I heard there was a hurricane or something going there recently. Has it all that good now? Oh, thank you. She's saying she's beautiful. Yes, she is beautiful. And I also wanted to talk about this beautiful blanket that she's laying on. I saw this on, was it eBay? I think it was eBay. Yeah, it was eBay. I saw this beautiful shabby chic blanket on eBay. It is absolutely stunning. And I was eyeing it off for, it was weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, but it wasn't cheap. It was like, nearly, I think it was nearly $100, which, is a lot of money for a blanket. But luckily I had a little bit of extra money one week and I was able to buy it. And I have to say, I do not regret it at all. It's one of my best special purchases. Every time I look at it, it just makes me so happy. And I would definitely love this to go in down generations, with my children's and my children's children, because I just think these handmade sorts of things just are so beautiful. And I would love to stay in the family for many years. So yeah, really, really loving that. Let me know if you like the shabby chic look as well. If you have anything shabby chic, I'd love to know. So I also wanted to share with you a couple of Christmas outfits that I got recently. I just got a reborn with a fussy face and can't for the life of me remember her kit, but I love the fussy face. That is so funny that you say that because that is me. I have Azalea, I have Summer Rain, and I have Serenity, and that is what they have is a it's a fussy face. They're like, the sort of, you should just see this sort of like thinking, am I happy? Am I sad? Am I about to cry? Am I about to go to sleep? I love that sort of face. It's just the sweetest expression, and I'm really drawn to that expression too. So, thank you for giving me that comment, because I really do agree. I'm totally attracted to fussy faces. I don't like too much of an expression, like the ones that are really crying or really with their mouth wide open. I just don't do that at all. Yeah, it's so freaking cute. She just wants to wrap into my arms, so cuddly. Yes, use it for anxiety. I just love to use them as just soothing. I don't have anxiety, but they just bring so much joy into my life. I want another one. Can you say those ones more? Okay. So Azalea by Laura Lee Eagles, and Serenity by Laura Lee Eagles, and Summer Rain by Bountiful Baby Realborn. They are the three what I would call the fussy faces. So if you're interested in those, check them out. Um, Serenity, unfortunately, is a bit hard to get. She's limited edition. Azalea, there's a few Azaleas around, so you can check them out. Azalea, I think, was limited edition. Most of Laura Lee Eagles are. But Summer Rain, I don't think she is limited edition. So, oh, Hurricane not coming my way. Oh, that's good. Oh, but it's coming to other people, is it? That's no good, because we only get certain amounts of news here in Australia. We don't get, an up to blow by blow account what's happening in other parts of the world. Just a little update every now and again. So the last I heard, that was a hurricane coming towards America, and that's terrible. Oh, you think yours is Azalea? Oh, well, I have two Azaleas. So sweet. If you check out my Reborn channel, this channel that I'm on now, that I'm live on, which is Christina's Reborns. If you go into my channel videos, you will see heaps of azaleas, because I have two of them and I've been sharing them a lot in my videos. So, um, yeah, if you want to see if that is an azalea to triple check, just check out those videos and you will see if your bub matches my two bubs. So, yeah, they're really gorgeous. I love them so much. One of my favorite kits, actually. So, yeah, I wanted to tell you what I did with the thank you. With the lashes. So I did watch some videos on how to apply lashes. So what I did was I got some that glue that dries clear, and I squirted a bit on a bit of plastic that the lashes actually came in, and then I got a tweezers and I just gently did the line of the strip lashes, and then I dabbed it on that side of the plastic to release any of the excess glue, and then I just placed them in her eye, starting in the inner corner, and then worked my way out. And they seem to be, I literally just did it a few minutes ago, and it's quite warm here. We're coming into our summer, or we are in summer now. Um, and it's really hot here in Australia. Got the fan going, that sort of thing. It's like 10:40, 10:50 in the morning, and on Sunday morning, and yeah, and it's already getting quite warm. So they'll probably dry already, because I just did such a thin coat. But I think they're looking really, really good. I definitely wouldn't have gone with the dark ones. I think she, with her really pale coloring, suits the really light brown ones. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. And if I ever down the track want to get them rooted, the artist could easily remove those and root her. So I thought that would be a good way to just have these on until some time that I may decide to get them rooted. I did put in the magnet behind her head for her magnetized dummy when I got her. She didn't. It was missing from her head, so I was able to put that in, and I re-weighted her. So I've done a few little tweaks to her since I've got her. I'll just show you her feet, because they're just too adorable to have socks on. Her feet are stunning, this kit. So yeah, there's her feet. So realistic. Just I just never want to put anything on this baby, on her feet, but I have to for protection purposes. I don't like to handle them without socks on because I'm just scared they might get rubs and stuff like that. So I always so careful with my bubs. I always like to use protection. Yes, her feet are just so cute. Her hands, I've got mittens on them, but I'll show you what they look like. She does have a few little rubs on there, which I will eventually get fixed up. But these are the hands of the summer rain kit. So adorable. Really, really realistic and lifelike. So yeah, but just if there's any tiny, tiny little imperfections, which there's not many with her, but I'm just such a fuss pot that I hate seeing anything that's less than perfect. And I just think newborn babies look so adorable wearing the little their little like mittens. I got these from AliExpress. I love them so much. I love the little gathering that they have around the wrist. I really like that feature. I'm not so a fan of the big thick bands that a lot of the mittens have. I really like these like little pouches. I think they're so cute. Um, so yeah, that's her hands. It's just it's funny, I'm not a Realborn, new Bountiful Baby Realborn fan, but this summer rain kit, they, wow, knocked it out of the park because the realism of the hands and these feet are just incredible where I found their first quite a few kits just really not detailed at all. Their toes and their hands were just definitely not my cup of tea. So they really have improved their the Realborn scanning process. But anyway, wanted to share with you my Christmas outfits that I have. They don't really go with this pink and shabby chic theme, but that's okay. You don't have to do that. So the first one is just very plain and simple. It's red and white striped, and it's so plain and simple but yet so effective, I think, for Christmas. And then it just comes with this little Santa bib. It was $11. Just I think that's expensive just for a bodysuit and a thing, but this is Australia, so everything is a little bit pricier than usual. I did get the 4 zeros, the newborn. And so that's it there. I think it's so adorable. And this is the back. Something about stripes I really love. So when I saw that, I thought, oh, that is just so cute for my reborns for Christmas. So that's the first one that I got. I did show you my sugar plum dumpling ones that I've got that had the plum pudding, sugar plum, the plum pudding outfits. It's got the plum pudding down the bottom and the little plum little holly thing there, and then it comes with the red bow that matched it. That's so adorable. I showed you that just recently in a couple of videos ago if you want to check those out. And the next one, which is the last one, is a little girl one, obviously, because it's got the pretty frills with the gold, and it's got a headband. Just trying to see, headband with a big bow. It's really pretty, and I love the gold in this. You can see it's really coming up here. It says "Merry Little Christmas" with the gingerbread. I'm a huge fan of gingerbread men and gold, as I love. Why do babies turn blue in spots? What a awesome question. Because for those people who don't know much about me, I have been in this hobby for over 20 years, actually. And I was in it from the very beginning when they first were even invented reborn babies. Because what happened was they got these dolls that you just get from Target, Walmart, Kmart, whatever, wherever you're from, and they used like proper baby dolls, and they took off the head and the arms because they were made the same. They had the soft bodies, but they had like they had their arms sort of came to here, and this was cloth. And so this was vinyl, this was vinyl, this was vinyl, this was vinyl, and then the head was vinyl. So what they did, the artists back when they first invented them, they removed those parts, and then they used to pour blue dye all in their head, and swirl it around and chip out the excess and let that dry. And then once they'd done that, they started to work on the outside of the vinyl, and that used to give it that depth, that realism underneath. But what happened with that process over time was that it would leach like closer and closer through the vinyl, and then it would start to make the baby look all purple and bruised. Um, and it wasn't very attractive. So luckily people stopped doing that, and now what artists do is that they do layer upon layer on the top of the vinyl. They don't do anything underneath it anymore, and they do all the layers of the paint, and then they do the blue, they do the red, they do all these layers. So sometimes some people's, like when they're doing the blue, especially if they're not very experienced artists, that blue over time can come out more and more and more, just a bit like the one that was on the inside. And unless, if the artist has used the very old fashioned technique of putting the blue on the inside of the vinyl, then that's what the leach is. But if they have used the more modern technique of adding the blue to the babies on the top of the vinyl, then sometimes that can just, over time, if they haven't done enough layers on top of that, can start to leach out, I think, and start to be more and more obvious as the sort of the paint does wear off. Reborns, I mean, they're not infallible, unfortunately. I mean, I do have some reborns that are immaculate, I've had for many years, and I've had some that I haven't had long, and they've already started to have some rubs. So I think it all depends on the final seal that artists put on there, and I think it's just a myriad of different reasons why. So hopefully that can answer your question about why the blue can come through. It's not very attractive. It makes the babies look, like they've got lots of bruises and not very healthy. Like this baby here looks so pink and healthy, and that sort of thing, and so just so alive that if they're all bluish, then it's not going to look very alive, very realistic. So yeah, unfortunately, that's just something that can happen. Um, One thing that did happen to me, that one of my first reborns that I bought like 20 years ago, over time, over 20 years, the vinyl itself started to get all sticky. Like this was one of the very first reborns ever made, and I don't think it was probably even sealed or anything or baked, because they didn't bake them back in those days. So all the vinyl was all so sticky, like old plastic is. It was so gross that I had to actually bin her, which is so sad, because she was a really cute Beringer bub that had that really cute little face, that fussy face too. Actually, Beringer had a fussy face, and I really, really loved her expression on her face. And even today, they're still popular, those particular Beringers. But obviously, now with our amazing sculptors around the world that can sculpt, like this one's not been sculpted by hand. This has been scanned off a real baby and then put into the computer and then made into a vinyl kit. But majority of my reborns are all hang on just one second. I had problems with my first two reels that started. Okay, it was chipping off. It looks bad now. Yes. Um, this baby here, even just a tiny bit, tiny, tiny, tiny bit. But the good news is, you can buy air dry like lip paint at like doll shows. Like I bought some. Um, I have actually bought myself some when your baby gets a bit shiny and you use that air dry stuff that you just pounce on, that it takes the shine off. So I bought some of that. I haven't been brave enough to use it yet, but I will be one day. And the other thing was, I did buy some lip paint that I could use for blushing. I can use for the lips. That is the air dry, so I don't have to bake the baby or anything like that. I can just pounce a bit on and let it air dry. So that's always another opportunity. You could buy online through Reborn supplies, also through doll shows. I got mine through an actual doll show where this Reborn doll suppliers lady was there at the doll show selling supplies. So I Another tip that I have is to uh, stock up on the cable ties to put attach to the neck, because if you are buying reborns and and you, when you receive it, it's either too light or too heavy, all you have to do is snap the back of the cable tie off and pop the head off. I know that sounds a bit macabre, but it's quick and easy. And then you can either take, so most of my reborns come with two containers of weighting material, and I only like my one here. So I always take this one out and just fill it up with the fiber fill that I have left over from all the other reborns I've reweighted. And because I don't like my babies too heavy, because if they're too heavy, I just find they're like a dead weight. I just personally, I like mine are got weight in them, but they're still fairly light. I just hate dead weights. So I always have these cable ties on hand so that I can always snip the cable tie, take the head off, and then I reweight the body, because I find the body is the biggest thing for me. And I always take out that second weight, and then I always restuff, and then I use my new cable ties to pop the head back on, and then voila, I've got my perfectly weighted reborn for me. She might be a little bit light for some other people who like those really heavy weighted babies, but I don't. Actually, I think I sometimes take some weight out of their heads as well. So if the sack in their head is too heavy, I'll undo the knot and I'll just tip some out into a bowl, and then I'll retie it, and then I'll add the stuffing back. Because I just find if there's a really dead heavy head, that every time I go to pick it up, it just flops right back, so much so that it's sort of unnaturally flopping back, because a real baby's head wouldn't like totally flop back. It would be flopping to an angle. But when they're really, really heavy and there's just stuffing there, they just flop unnaturally back. And I don't like that. So I always have their head a little bit weighted, obviously for realism, but I never have them dead heavy, because that just for me takes away the realism as well. So it's all very personal. So these are easy things that you could do to your reborn to either make them heavier if they're too light, or make them lighter if they're too heavy. They could be too heavy just here in the head, or both. And then you can just make it your perfect reborn. So they're my tips and tricks on weighting, because weightings are really, like, you can have a really cute reborn, but if it's weighted wrong, you just can't, you just don't enjoy it. I'm telling you now, I've had so many reborns that I've had bought that the painting's been stunning, but every time I've held it, it just didn't feel right. And it just has spoiled it. And some of these reborns I've had for years. And yeah, it's so addictive. I agree. And expensive. Oh, it wasn't so expensive. That's good. And I just found that after years of finally getting around to reweighting them, the change in the way I feel about them is so huge and different, that I was just like, I was a bit mad at myself that I didn't do it earlier. But you got to be in the right frame of mind, and you got to be confident to do it, because it's funny, I've never made it worse. I've always only ever made it better, which is good. But I still always get a little bit apprehensive, doing that sort of things on my reborns. But it's always paid off for me, and it's always worked out for the better. So, anyways, I think that's about it from me. I've been prattling on for nearly half an hour, and but I do enjoy talking to you all. And I do enjoy sharing all my knowledge that I have experienced in this hobby for all these years and years and years. So still love it, still just as passionate as the day that I started. Probably, I'd have to say I'm way more passionate about it now than I was 20 years ago, because it's been such a big, huge part of my life. And I'm pleased to say to all those newbies to my channel, welcome. And just want to let you know that I'm actually going to be featuring, or not featuring, but I'm going to be included in a Reborn magazine that's coming out very soon. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, check out my video. I'm going to be in a Reborn magazine. It's got all the details about the magazine in the comments, I think it was. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to be signing off now. I've really enjoyed talking to you all today, and I hope you've all enjoyed listening to my tips and tricks and stuff like that. And hopefully, you enjoyed seeing Summer Rain. She is just so gorgeous. She just makes me happy every single day. So, anyways, thanks to me, and hopefully, you'll have and still enjoying your awesome weekend. And yeah, it's bye from me. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see some more of my Reborn collection. I have lots more babies as gorgeous as this. So I love to share with them all with you. So thanks for watching. Until next time. See you later. Bye, everyone. Bye.